A lunar eclipse is coming. 1 degree outside Weather Network meteorologist Danielle Noyes here, but there's a reason we haven't been talking about it a whole lot here at 1 degree outside, and I'll get to that in a second. What is a lunar eclipse? The Earth in between in the sun and the moon, the Earth casting a shadow onto the moon. This will not be a total lunar eclipse, but it will be pretty darn close, 96% coverage. Partial eclipse begins at 10:33 p.m. This is Thursday night. It peaks with max eclipse at 12:13 a.m. So just after midnight, and then ends the partial eclipse just prior to 2 a.m. But, and there's a but, here's the big issue. A lot of clouds in place, even some showers and downpours in western New England. This is right around when the partial eclipse starts to begin. Northern New England, particularly in northern Maine, may have some breaks in the cloud cover. And then if we take it out through the midnight hour when the max eclipse will be occurring, there are still mostly cloudy skies across New England. There are some signs some breaks in the cloud cover are possible, again, in far northern New England, perhaps on Cape Cod, but then these clouds will also thicken in those areas as we head throughout the overnight. So bottom line, there will be a lot of clouds around that will inhibit viewing. That said, our app is a great tool to have because you can check the satellite before you're going to head out and check it out, and you can see the hourly cloud cover forecast here for your specific location. If you don't have our app yet, free, thousands of 5-star reviews, give it a download. Noyes 1 degree outside weather in the App Store and Google Play. Let's rewind a little bit, right? Why are the clouds coming in? Well, during the day on Thursday, we're going to punch into humid air again, increasing humidity through the day. We will have temperatures that will top out in the 70s to lower 80s, a round of showers, downpours, and storms. Some of the storms on Thursday evening may be strong in western New England, and then that cold front sweeps through. A little wave of low pressure may also form along this next boundary on Friday, keeping a threat for a shower or thunderstorm around in much of the region before drier air works in, high pressure builds in, and that bodes well for the start of the upcoming weekend. Saturday, much lower humidity, a totally different air mass. That high slides off the coastline, though, and brings a return flow around it on Sunday. And what that means is there will be more in the way of clouds. The humidity ticks up a little bit again by Sunday, and that may also fuel a couple of showers by the time we get to Sunday afternoon. So that's something we'll watch closely. Saturday does look like it's going to be a dry day. So I do want to zoom in and give you a look at the next couple of days. Temperatures running in the 50s and 60s Thursday morning, varying amounts of clouds, breaks of sunshine, clouds thicken during the afternoon, particularly in western New England. A couple of showers and downpours possible, scattered thunderstorms Thursday afternoon and evening. Don't focus on the exact placement, but again, scattered in nature. Some of them could become strong to severe, particularly in western New England, damaging wind gusts, torrential downpours, brief gusty wind, a little bit of rotation may be possible too. These should weaken as they come into eastern New England, but you notice there's another batch during the evening hours that sweep in from west to east, again with a weakening trend likely as they come into eastern New England. Friday morning, starting with some showers and downpours and embedded thunderstorm possible on the Cape. And then we pop some action from Maine back down to southern New Hampshire and eastern central Massachusetts Friday late morning and afternoon. And some of these storms may contain some brief gusty wind as well as downpours and lightning too Friday afternoon. But you notice there's breaks of sun in between. The humidity is still going to be pretty high on Friday until we can get that cold front to really sweep through and bring in the new air mass. Skies do clear out Friday evening, so it looks nice for Friday evening and night plans with temperatures falling through the 70s. 80s for highs during the day on Thursday. Most of us like 80 to 85 degrees. Thursday night, 60s to lower 70s from Boston back down to the Cape, still quite muggy too. Friday's highs 80 to 85 for many of us. Again, 70s in the North Country. The wind out of the southwest will shift around and bring in that fresh new air mass for Friday night. So you can open up the windows and let the fresh air in. 60s in far southern New England, but many 50s on the map, and 40s in far northern New England as well. Saturday's highs 75 to 80 for most of us. So a cooler feel, very pleasant. Sunshine and some high thin cirrus clouds that may filter the sun out a little bit. Sunday will be a little bit warmer into the low to mid 80s in the warmest spots, 70s in the North Country. But again, the dew point goes back up a little bit, and I want to show you the predicted dew point right now. It's humid for our Thursday, most humid Thursday evening. Thursday night, dew points in the 60s to lower 70s. Friday morning's really soupy, but here comes some drier air over the course of Friday evening into northwestern New England. Still sticky the farther south and east you come, and I really like making the whoosh sound. So here we go, whoosh, the fresh new air comes in. Friday night and Saturday, dew points in the 40s and 50s. It'll feel a little fallish when you wake up on Saturday morning, and then the dew points rise again by Sunday. So a little bit of fluctuating humidity in the days ahead. Also want to give a brief mention about the tropics. It's obviously been a very quiet hurricane season here in the Atlantic. We do have a wave that has come off the west coast of Africa, has a chance of developing here in the coming days as it continues to make westward progress, this cluster of thunderstorms. That said, as it continues to move to the west, it will likely encounter some drier air and a little wind shear, which tends to rip thunderstorms apart. So even if it does develop into a named storm, it may not last that long. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. A reminder, we've got 4 membership levels and ways to give back to our independent mission. Fuel the Forecast, Inside Track, which is our podcast, 1 Degree Outside Enthusiast, Golf, Beach, Boating Forecast, and 1 Degree Outside Champions, the weekly shout out in our videos. Details at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this 1 Degree Outside video.
Get exclusive content, support the mission at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. And don't forget, free and 5 stars on the App Store and Google Play. Search the #1 Degree Outside Weather.